Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about some very specific thing that you can see in a chart, and that is looking to the second house in terms of it being relative to the voice. Remember, when we talk about astrology, we can talk about the houses in terms of certain aspects, really, of the physical body, starting with Aries as the first house. Aries is the head. And that's how we are born, head first, and that's, begins our life with the first house. But the second house deals with our early childhood experiences, our sense of self, which is developed from early childhood. And that also gives us our sense of self-esteem. And from that really does determine our sense of ability to be successful. Because if we have self-esteem, then we can be successful and we can therefore what? Make money. And that's what the second house deals with as well. But the one specific thing I wanted to point out that's very, very important about the second house is that it rules the voice. It actually rules the mouth in terms of what goes into the mouth, is in terms of what we eat or drink, as well as what comes out of the mouth in terms of our speech, our voice. And I find many, many times that when people have malefic planets in the second house, that at some point in their childhood experiences, they lost their voice. They were told to be quiet, or whatever they had to say wasn't validated. Therefore, they were led to believe that what they had to say was not important. And so then what you'll see is that these people grow up with, they can't express themselves or use their voice. It's blocked. And consequently, many of them have sore throats throughout life because this is a blocked area when you see those malefics in the second house. And it's funny, my voice is acting up right now, talking about the voice. But the second house, in terms of the voice, I wanted to show you two very important and powerful charts that represent how the voice can be beautiful and empowered instead of the malefics there. And the two charts I want to show you are magnificent singers. And we're going to see how their second house is so powerful. And the first one that I want to show you is Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews had the most beautiful voice. If you remember her from The Sound of Music, I mean, everyone's had to hear of the musical movie, The Sound of Music, and Mary Poppins. I mean, her voice was impeccable. It was so powerful. So putting up Julie Andrews' chart here, let's look to her second house. And when you go to the second house, notice her ascendant here is Virgo. But notice that the ruler of the chart, meaning Mercury, rules Virgo, goes to her second house, and there it resides also with Jupiter and the moon, all three planets being in Libra. Libra deals with the arts and beauty, but to have the Jupiter moon there, that is incredible. And empowered also with Mercury. So this gave this beautiful quality to her voice. And this represents, it gave her a beautiful voice to have. Really, these are really pretty much determined as three benefic planets. And Mercury is the chart ruler. That is just remarkable. And you would know that this woman has, if she doesn't sing or have a beautiful voice, she says beautiful and sweet, kind things. So the voice is used powerfully for positive. And yes, her voice is heard and powerful. Many times it can even mean people that are speakers, not just singers. But in this case, it is the most incredibly beautiful voice. By the way, she lost her voice. When transiting Saturn was crossing her second house many years ago. So that's something I want you to be aware of. These transits can enhance or harm sometimes some of the things in our charts. But the next chart to exemplify another example of a magnificent and beautiful voice, Whitney Houston. Let's put Whitney's chart up here. Now, looking at Whitney's chart, let's go right to where we need to go, the second house. What resides there in her second house? It is Moon Jupiter once again. That's incredible. And this time they're in Gemini, which, I'm sorry, they're not in Gemini, it's Sagittarius, excuse me, which puts Jupiter in its own rulership. That is a powerful Jupiter. By the way, both of these two women were able to amass great wealth from their voice. Yes, Jupiter Moon. This is a Gajakasari Yoga too, by the way, that they both have in the second house. Gajakasari Yoga is whenever Jupiter is in an angular house from the moon. And what are the angles? 1, 4, 7, and 10. But here we have Jupiter in the same house with the moon, so it's in the first house with the moon. That's extremely powerful. Jupiter-Moon conjunction in the second house dealing with the voice. And boy, did she have a magnificent, beautiful, beautiful voice. And, you know, with this moon, Jupiter, it just really goes to show that these are some of the gifts that we're born with. And these two women are just two examples of singing and the voice and music. So I want you to never look at the second house the same. Remember, when you're looking at the second house, you're looking at people's ability to speak, the voice, and recognize that it pertains particularly to talent in these areas. So with that, I'd like to close. And so if you would like to learn more information about my university, online university, you can always go to my university website, which we have a new start day starting. This will be January 14th, 2020. And check it out. It's all online. You can learn Vedic astrology from me personally. It is University of Vedic Astrology.com. And if you would like to learn more about me or you would like a consultation, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Thank you.